when Selena, she was 6, she was just learning numbers. She just got into this, like she was interested in numbers. You know, it's cool to go to school at that age and everything is new and it's so exciting. So she was getting into numbers and she came home and she said, yeah, you know, I can count to 100. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's the biggest number in the world. I was like, yeah. What if it's not? What if it's not? What could be one number that was a little bit bigger? Oh, I don't know. Is there anything bigger than 100? And she's like, 101. Yeah, exactly. That's bigger than 100. Wow, now I know the biggest number in the world, 101. No, what if there was one number that was just a little bit bigger? And she said, oh, 102, 103, 104. And I could just see she light up because her world just expanded at that time. And she said, oh my God, I can do this. And she started to count. And we helped her and she got all the way to the 1,000. And she was like, wow, I got 1,000. It's the largest number in the world. I was like, yeah, but what if there was one number that was a little bit bigger? And she was like, nah, could be. What would that be? And you really see how they're thinking. And she continued and said, okay, 1 million is the biggest number in the world. It's like, yeah, but what if? And she just like got into this completely new world that, oh my God, when does it stop? Well, it doesn't, honey. It doesn't ever stop. And it's like, I remember when I was a kid, when we were going on summer holidays, we were always going to this, my dad was a hunter, so we went to this place where he could go hunt and we could sit at this crappy little hole of a house and wait for him. But we had a lot of fun because it was in the country and all of that. But it was like, it's 45 minutes away from the house. But as a kid, I felt like it was like on the other side of the world for me. Because we were driving, I was lying down in the back. That was in the old days where you could actually put down the seats and put down and make a bed and sleep with your drive when your kids were lying down in the back with all the dogs and everything. You remember those days? They were amazing, right? So you could lie down there. It was so, because we're going on this long journey, 45 minutes away. But it felt like it was forever. And I realized, because I'm from Denmark, and I realized that, okay, then I grew up a little bit and I realized going for 2 hours, that was just like, that was a long journey. That felt like such a long journey. And then I moved to Sweden. And for those who don't know, Denmark is this big, Sweden is this big. And I realized that people in Sweden, they think differently about distances. For them, I was coming from, yeah, but if I need to go to that place of Denmark, it's like needs to be for a weekend. And people in Sweden, they go for meet their neighbor. It's like 4 hours away, not really, but like a close family member, it could be 4 hours, and they would go there for the day. It was just like, what? So everything changed in the perspective of what I believed was a long distance. Anyone ever recognize this in any area of your life? That things, perspective changed as we widen, as we see things in new perspectives, as we grow into them and when we start discovering them. So the thing is, you remember Leah was on here yesterday, and she was saying, oh, when I started out, it felt like that is a lot of money. Like just getting those 5K or 3K is a lot of money. Just getting those 10Ks, wow, that's a dream of mine. It's a lot of money. And you remember her body language yesterday? How many saw her body language saying yesterday, yeah, but 10K, it's like, yeah, is it worth it? How many saw her body language? It was like, it's like, yeah, I need to have that, otherwise I don't want to wake up, like, kind of thing. See, that's what happens when we broaden a perspective of the things around us. These are some of the tools we use when we want to scale our business. Because when we want to scale and grow, we won't be able to grow. If we have a business with a mindset and looking into that, oh my God, that is a huge thing. I mean, selling a price for a program for 200, oh my God, that's a huge thing. That's a good way to start, but it won't take you all the way up here. It won't. Because things changes when we start to see new perspectives. Everything we do, we build according to where do we want to go. When we want to go to the 10K, we need some certain mindset to get us started, becoming certain in just starting serving and getting that certainty. That's all about what we do here, getting the self-certainty that I can do this. I'm there, my imposter, I dare to go out and actually do that. It will take you far. But if we want to keep scaling, we need to broaden the horizon. We need to broaden the perspective of which we look upon things. Because we do have 3 things that will help us to scale and scale faster. And one of them is when we start selling high ticket. Selling high ticket. When we realize and grow into the understanding that there's always a next level. There's not a biggest amount. I believe Lucas even talked about this guy who sold programs for 4 million. And even I can't comprehend selling a program for 4 million because I'm not there. I'm not there yet. I won't be able to do that. Buying 1 hour with Tony Robbins is $1 million. And you need to be in a queue for years to be able, and you need to be something of some significance. And give up 10% of your business. Yeah. Because that's also what he's going to get. So how do you get to that place? Did he just wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm going to be that person that will charge 1 million for 1 hour and take 10% of their business? No, he did not. It happens when we start growing and growing as a person. That's why it's amazing to see how important it is that we work with growing our mindset, broaden our views, and grow into a new perspective of what is small, what is big. And I do understand it seems scary when I'm not in that place, but I'm looking at other people who are talking like that. It seems like I'm really far away. I felt like that going up. I mean, just looking for getting that first client. It's a huge thing, getting that first client. But at some point, 1 client won't get you up in the morning. It's getting those next 10. So high tickets is one of the tools we need to use if we want to really scale.